Hello everyone, my name is Baina Rishati Hanana. I'm from study program Fine Art, Design, Communication, Visual. My presentation about paper, the artwork that I'm most interested in painting Guernica by Pablo Picasso. The content is definition of art, terminology of art, equipments, art category, name of world national and world organization, basic techniques, history. 1. Definition of art. Guernica is the name of the black and white mural painted on oil canvas by Spanish artist Pablo Picasso, completed in June 1937 at his home on the Rue des Grands Augustins in Paris. This painting uses a gray, black, and white color palette, according to critics at the time. This motif served to convict critics in times of war, and tribunal correct that it was a time of war and the painting was made in response to the atrocity of the Nazi who had bombed the area Guernica, a village in northern Spain. The next is terminology of art. Guernica in Spanish is Guernica, biscuit Guernica. It's a large 1937 oil painting on canvas by Spanish artist Pablo Picasso. It is one of his best known works, regarded by many art critics as the most moving and powerful anti-war painting in history. It is exhibited in Museo Reina Sofia in Madrid. The gray, black, and white painting, which is 347.49 meters tall and 7 meters across, portrays the suffering worked by violence and chaos. Prominent in the composition are a goat horse, a bull, screaming woman, and a dead baby, a dismembered soldier, and flag. The next is equipment. The artwork is Guernica, artist by Pablo Picasso, year 1937, medium on canvas, movement cubism surrealism, dimension 30, 149 and something 176. Location Museo Reina Sofia, Madrid, Spain. The art category Picasso art style color. The Cubism movement was instrumental in development of 20th century culture. Most expressed art Cubism art began around 1007 when Picasso created demonstrably the pigment style of painting is used in Guernica. As a result of combination Cubist structure with a monochrome palette, Guernica has a more realistic look than other modern paintings. Picasso Guernica looks like the color can be found in Picasso artwork blue, black, and white. It was on oil-painted canvas that was 6 feet wide. The mural bull and the horse are two its prominent elements, according of his art historian practical feeling and Spanish culture is characterized by the bull and the horse. Unique about Picasso art style, it was the first time anyone had ever seen such a painting, drawing, and sculpture of from as his art is known as Cubist. The type of Cubist is Guernica. It is not Guernica is relatively late example of Cubist, which was executed is more realistic style than Grow with Madeleine. Okay, Guernica analog and Citrus Cubist is the Cubist style using analog and Citrus Cubist from a number of traditional motifs. Picasso transports them in a more subtle manner in Guernica. Guernica, an abstract painting. Even though Picasso painted Guernica with a high cubist and abstract style that essentially let us a cube into a square, while still maintaining in impression the three-dimensionally many colors the painting draw them are accurate. The name of world 1937 Paris International Exhibition. Guernica was unveiled and initially exhibited in July 1937 at the Spanish Pavilion, the first international exhibition where the Nazi Germany installs Russia as a pavilion. The pavilion, which was supported by the Spanish Republican government at the time of civil war, was built to exhibit in the Spanish government struggle for existence contrary of the exposition technology. The European tour is run from January to April 1998 to visit Oslo, Copenhagen, Stockholm, and Gothenburg. Starting in the late September, Guernica was exhibited in London Cathedral Art Gallery, and stopped as organized by several formal members with Labour Party Labour Parliament Athlete and painting arrived at London on 30 September. At the same day, much agreement was signed by the leaders of the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Germany. It then traveled to Leeds, Liverpool, and early 1939 Manchester. There, Manchester could see from Spain a group of priests and chiefs and sending out to a people of Spain, exhibit a painting in the keynote of Ford Automobile and showroom for 2 weeks. The American tour is between 1939 and 1952, where Nika traveled extensively in the United States between 2009 for 1 and 2000 for 2 is 2042. It was exhibited at Harvard University Book Museum twice between 1953 and 1946. It was shown in Brazil. Then the first Picasso perspective in Milan, Italy, and then numerous other major European cities before returning to MoMA for a retrospective celebrity Picasso 75th birthday. It then went to Chicago and Philadelphia. The basic technique did Picasso use is analytic cubism. Picasso techniques is cubism movement was around 1007 by Pablo and George Braque. The painting object, people, and lights with simple shape and limited color combination. The technique style did Picasso paint Guernica. Its subject is subdued in painting it grisel and technique that unity monochrome in natural. And the technique that Picasso used is cubism. Although he emphasizing open figuration and abstraction, he was still not incorporating texture. The next is history. During Spanish Civil War, Republican forces were made of restorative faction and such a communist, social anarchists, and the other with differing goals, yet they were united in their opposition to the nationalists led by General Francisco Franco, who sought a return to free Republican Spain based on law, order, and traditional Catholic values. Thank you.